We live, we live, we live, we live. Hello, America.
What's going on?
Monday Night Football is in the mix. Y'all already know what it is. Chop Cheese TV with the Merciful and my man, J Matt.
Indeed. Indeed. Happy
Monday,
Thanksgiving, everybody.
Thanksgiving Throwdown.
Oh,
Monday Night Football. The McKinsey Report.
full
Listen,
effect.
it's real. Sign on, sign in. Steelers versus the Colts. Looking sexy. 16-3. Steelers is looking good. Colts is looking shaky. We on the playoff run. Things is
Yes,
looking
sir.
nice. Monday Night Football, baby.
And we're after Thanksgiving, so everything now is do or die. Some losses can be taken, but you don't want to take a loss no more. This is getting more critical. Very serious situation going on. We even starting December football come this Sunday. So everything's live, everything's direct. Really, your playoff push starts now. Your season starts now. Everything, if you really worked hard and trying to make it to the Super Bowl, your Super Bowl run starts right now.
Right. If you're able to still be in the race.
Right. I mean, but now it's crazy, but mathematically, everybody's still in the race. There's no elimination. Even the Texans, the Houston Texans with one win, one tie, and like 6 losses, they're still in it. Or 7 losses they should have by now. So they're still in it mathematically.
Wow.
So, I mean, it's just if you're in a bad situation in a bad division, like look at the NFC South, it's kind of crazy. Just 5 wins and they win in the division. They 5-6 and the Buccaneers are leading the division. Everybody's still in it. So they got 5 more games left after this. And you got to push the part. You got to put the pedal to the metal to make sure you're in.
That's
Once
right.
you're in, it's a brand new ball game. So, but you have to get in to win.
This week, man, it was a lot of good games. As you know, Kansas City did it again.
Yep. Who can stop this guy? Travis Kelce, man. I was talking to my boy D Mays. Shout out to D Mays, Temple
D
U.
Mays.
He gave me a call back on the road back coming in, dropped my son off in Wilmington, and we talked about Travis Kelce. He's like Mark Bavaro, but with speed.
Mark Bavaro.
Remember Mark Bavaro back in the 80s, 90s? When Bonds used to bounce off him. Even Roddy Lott bounced off from one Monday Night Football game. I mean, but as Travis Kelce, he's just unstoppable. And he's
unstoppable.
He's just like, he's tall, he's bulky. You can't put a safety on him. You can't put a linebacker on him.
He's a super freak.
He's a corner. You need a nickel back to cover him. And if he does, he's going to out-hustle you and out-muscle you. So it's kind of like, who can cover that guy? He's uncoverable on most. For tight ends, for sure. He is very, very good. So they were, and they even covered it. My son Tyler was like, there's no way that the Chiefs are going to cover the spread. I'm like, I don't know. But he said, yeah, let's see what happens. And then lo and behold, they covered the spread. They wiping out. They're knocking guys out of the box now. They're getting tired of playing around. And they're like, look, we see what Buffalo's doing, but we got something going on over here too. We're going to outscore everybody. Our defense is still shaky, so I'm going to just light up the scoreboard and hopefully outscore the other guy. Nowadays, it's not even about defense anymore. It's just about outscoring the other guy. Do I have my offense together that I can spread this ball around and, run up the score? And that's what they're doing.
You don't know who's getting the ball on the Chiefs, though.
No, and that's the craziest thing about the defensive coordinator. How can you prepare for the Chiefs? What do?
That's right.
Do I stop the run? Do I stop Kelce? Do I stop this guy? I got Marquez, Valdez, Scanley. I got on that side, Juju Smith-Schuster on the other side. And then it's Pacheco or something like that, running the running back step.
He's running
he's all over the place.
All over
the kid, and they just keep going and going. I think Mahomes threw to at least 10 guys every Sunday.
Sunday, at least.
Who do you prepare for? So who can you prepare for? You can't. You just got to say, hey, we just got to play. And don't play zone because Kelce will just go straight down the middle. Kelce here, Kelce there. and you got Juju Smith-Schuster lighting up and stretching the field too. So
How about that?
It's really hard to say, hey, what do we do? How do we prepare for them? And not so far so good. They can't. They only got 2 losses.
You can't even trap him. You can't even trap Mahomes.
No, you can't.
Take off on you.
Right, and he doesn't give you a chance. He doesn't have a 5 drop back progression.
No.
Just step up, check 1, check 2. He already knows who's the first, second, and third guy I'm going to. So I'm going to look at the third one. I know the second guy is over here. I'm going to go like this. And that's all he's doing all the time. That's why I can throw these little hook shots underneath stuff, side passes, shovel passes. They're just having fun on offense, and they just lighten up the scoreboard. It's the same.
Everybody's ready.
And, who can stop us? And the whole AFC West has seemed taking a backseat. There's nobody in the AFC West who can stop them now. They beat the Chargers. The Raiders can't get it together. The Broncos, we already don't even have to talk about the Broncos. I mean, it's their division. So, as a matter of, do I get the first slot or the second slot? And they're gunning for the first slot. They're gunning for the first place, home field advantage. And they know what's going on in Buffalo. Buffalo took a step back, and they trying to get their wheels back together. They had a good game on Thanksgiving. Came close. I mean, they messing around with the Lions, and the Lions almost pulled that off. He had a meaningful game on Thanksgiving, and they almost gave it up and stuff. So we'll have to see. But it was a really great game on that day today. All 3 of them were pretty good.
So we got New Orleans and San
Francisco. I was expecting more, and I took an L in fantasy. I had Garofalo and what's his name? The third string Bayok or whatever his name is at wide receiver.
Terrible.
I sat freaking Adam Thielen and Kirk Cousins. And lo and behold, it's always never sit any player that you're playing on Thanksgiving because they lit up the scoreboard. And I lost by 10 points. They had 45 points, 26 apiece or something like that, 52 points evenly. The Vikings are no joke. They're serious about theirs. And the
Vikings are about their business.
Right. And I think the Niners are nervous and scared because, they got the offensive potential. They should have light up the scoreboard, but that just shows you how good the Saints defense is. They only held it to 13 points, which is good. They did, but again, the Niners' defense is good because they shut them out. So the Niners can play gully anytime that you want to play, anytime you feel like playing what style of ball you want to play. They got McCaffrey in the backfield and then backup Elijah Mitchell also in the backfield. So when McCaffrey's resting, you got Elijah Mitchell to deal with. Elijah almost had 1,000 yards last year. So he could just light it up too. So they're just overly loaded to even the point of some quarterback like Jimmy Garoppolo cannot mess this thing up.
And you got Arizona made a comeback a little bit against the Los Angeles Chargers.
Yeah, they did, but their Chargers did. And the great thing about the football on Sunday is 2 teams won with a 2-point conversion at the last play of the game. And the Chargers won them. They're like, no, we're not tying it. We're not going overtime. We're going to win this game right here, right now. And they did a quick slant and boom. Quick slant, boom. And Herbert is coming to his age, and they're really making a statement on there. Kyler Murray came back. He did his thing, but still it wasn't enough. They ran up the scoreboard, and the Chargers just came back and hit it. Same thing in Jacksonville. Jacksonville came in.
Baltimore.
They were down Baltimore for the 4th time. Sorry, Vincent Better, but for the 4th time this year, blows a 15, 17-point lead and lose the game. And lose the game. And they lost on the last minute 2-point conversion too. And I'm like, oh, what? What are you guys doing? They got to get that together because
they got to get that together or they're going to be done off.
Yeah, and playoffs is one and done. One and done. You can't take this like this. You got to hold the defense. How's the defense just get leaky and just give up 17-point leads like that? This is the 4th time. Shout out to Rich. Rich came up with that statistic. I didn't even know. There was this. I know the Giants game is. I know the Jacksonville yesterday, but it was this 4th time. 4 of your losses could have been wins, and you could have had that AFC Central locked up or AFC North locked up already. But they want to mess around with it. So I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. But Deshaun Jackson looked pretty good out there.
Deshaun Jackson looked pretty good.
That's some old schools, man. So it's down to OBJ. Where's he going tomorrow? OBJ. We had the OBJ Bowl. The Giants lost to the Cowboys. Yippity yip. Shout out to Chris and Keisha and all the Cowboy Nation. Yeah,
we kind of knew that was going to happen, though.
Yeah, I mean, the Giants were on third string. Come on, they were on this third string. I thought we were good. We were making a run. Next thing I know, that 4th and 1 play, I didn't understand that call, and it's one of the first times I'm questioning Brian Daboll. I mean, they just drove 75 yards and scored a touchdown. Here you guys going on a return, trying to convert a 4th and 1 in the 30s? That didn't make sense to me. And lo and behold, Jones just throws behind Tiki instead of leaving Tiki. He couldn't make the connection. 4th and 1, bing, bang, boom. The Cowboys
take over. Looking lost, kid. He be looking lost out there sometimes.
Sometimes, I mean, he's much better off than he was last year. He's making better decisions, throwing the ball away, not fumbling the ball, and he's gaining yardage like crazy. So, he's much improved. He's probably going to be one of the most improved players. Definitely a most improved player nomination, I think, for sure. I think they're good to go. I mean, we'll have to say it's going to be elimination day. They take on the Commanders twice in 3 weeks, I think.
Right.
So they're going to be having a home this weekend. Then the Commanders are off, and then they take another play again down in D.C. So they have to see what's going on, and somebody's got to step up. I don't think all 4 teams are going to make it from the NFC.
Nah,
somebody's got to make it. So for sure. So they got
somebody got to do it.
Yeah, they got 3 out of the last 4 they lost, so they need to stop the bleeding. So it'll be good. But this Tyler Heineke's playing out of his mind. I mean, he's just making the most of a good situation, and he's even to this point where the starting quarterback came back, and they're going to still Carson Wentz, and they're still going to sit Carson Wentz anyway and play.
Right, exactly.
So you're going to make the most of the situation. Yeah, I mean, I can't blame him. You got to go with the momentum at this time. Momentum is a lot, especially now November transitioning into December. You got to have some kind of identification, some kind of ID. Your team should be recognized for doing this and able to do this, and then you have to recognize it. The Eagles, for instance, they showed their thing. The Eagles did yesterday what they should have done last Monday night.
Exactly.
Show everybody what I can do, what we can do. 360 yards. They better run up the ball. They ran up the score all over, but then again, the defense got leaky again. Even Jordan Love was throwing off. I mean, what's going on? Christian Watson, he's going to be something later on, whether it's going to be Love or Aaron Rodgers. And now the Packers got a situation. What do? Aaron's hurt. Technically, we're out of the playoffs. Do we run with Jordan Love, or we keep pushing Aaron Rodgers out there?
Aaron Rodgers is gone. He got to go.
No, he's not going. He signed that contract. You sign that contract, you don't play that ball. That's the way it is. That's the way it is. I don't care if we don't got a line. I don't care if we get back 20 times. You sign that 150. This is what you get.
This is what you get.
Yeah, this is the other side of not having Devontae Adams as your wide receiver.
How about that?
Period.
How about that?
It's everybody else. Yeah, but you can point to everybody else that you want. The bottom line is you messed around, and Devontae said, I got to do the best for me and my family, and I'm out. And that's the bottom line.
3 years they signed him for $150.
Right. And now what is he going to do? And they still said, no, we're not getting one wide receiver. You're going to play with the wide receivers we got. That's it.
Yeah, you want to take all the money. You want to take
all the wide. Well, you turn around, look at your New York Jets. They got all the wide receivers you need. They got Garrett Wilson. They got Elijah Moore. They got the dude from the Texans or the Titans. They got like plethora just playing.
The Jets got them all, man.
He needs to go up to New York in the offseason and say, hey, guys, one of y'all got to come my way. One of y'all, because Zach Wilson can't handle all those things. But shout out again to Mike White. Mike White led the thing last week, and Sam Darnold coming in as backup quarterbacks and winning the game. How about that? 30 straight quarterbacks, and they said, "Hey," and Sam Darnold looked damn good in the highlights. He was
yes, he did.
He was zipping that ball. I mean, it was the Broncos, and I don't know what's going on with Russell Wilson because he can't find a wide receiver in a phone booth at this
Russell
point.
Wilson, he came off like a fat rat. He signed that big check, and he's stinking up the place.
That's super cruise control. Even now, the defensive players are saying, "Look, this is
yeah,
you can't even do it." Because there's even a meme out there. The guy's got 12 houses, 12 rooms in his house. He's only thrown for seven touchdowns. I got 12 rooms in your house. You signed a $200 million contract. You only throw for 7 touchdowns. 7.
Terrible.
He's got more rooms in his house than he has touchdowns right now as a Denver Bronco.
He's sad. He's really, 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 really sad, man. He thought that he'd go to Denver and show out.
Yeah. And I don't know. It's just not the thing. But, you know, he's got to step up. I think he's run out of time to this season. But, you know, he has to make amends for next season for sure. They got to get it together. So I think the head coach is coming back. Probably he should have took an L, but, you know, he's probably going to come back another year, and then they still have to get things together. So if they look good on paper, that's for sure. Back in August, they look damn good on paper.
Yeah,
but
I don't know, man.
Reality, that's why they play the game, as they said.
That's why they play the game.
And the Raiders ran up on them, man. That was in overtime too. Great run by Josh Jacobs, right up the middle. Everybody split the thing. Just
Raiders is still in it, man.
Everybody's still in it. So, you know, they got a shot. I mean, it's a long shot, but they got a shot still. They finally got the offense together. I mean, they could put up some points, and Devontae Adams is happy about that. You got everybody you missing is the wide receiver, Waller. I mean, other than that, they got a running back with Jacobs. They got Devontae Adams.
Right.
There's nothing else you need, really. And they got
ain't nothing else you need. You got to play with that.
Yeah, and they got a defense that did a great job. And now the Seahawks, you got 2 losses in a row. They got to figure that out too. And
right.
Get that shit back together. But I think they play the Rams. But we can definitely start putting out coffin and headstones orders out. We got one on the Rams, one on the Packers. I think this season's pretty much done. We could get the nails in the coffin. It's just
exactly.
Or what you want to put on the headstone for real? Because this is dead and this is going fading fast. Sunsetting is the word we would use in the technology department. That they're getting sunsetted right now because it's looking pretty bad. The defending champions Rams, they're just looking worse and worse.
They look horrible
every Sunday, and it's just everybody has no regard and no care. They're like, whatever. Sorry, y'all.
They still celebrating.
Yeah. Well, no, it's not just that. They lost a ton of people, and they did this last minute. OBJ's not on the thing. Robert Woods isn't on that roster, and also Von Miller. I mean, they just did a great. Let me make some quick transactions to win this Super Bowl now. But this ain't no dynasty because we're not thinking dynasty. We're thinking about win now.
We're thinking that's a majority of them. Majority of them is thinking win right now. Forget about anybody else and other picks. Just win right now.
A couple of attrition, a couple of guys retired. Bing, bang, boom, and they're done. I mean, the Rams are just pretty much done, period. There's nothing else. Coop's out for a little bit. Starting quarterback. His get blew up, and he's back after midnight. Now he's back in Detroit, throwing the ball. He didn't have anything else to go to. He just had one eye locked in. Cooper Kupp. That's it.
That's the only. Yeah, that's it.
They got the guy from the Chicago Bears, and Alex Robinson, and they don't even try to throw to him. I mean,
listen, like Mahomes made other mediocre players better. And he got mediocre players going to him.
So he can't cry. Aaron Rodgers can't cry. Pat Mahomes got the same thing. Tom Brady back in the day got the same thing. You got to throw. You got to build confidence and put them in situations. Okay, let's get them the next time. I don't know what Rodgers is reading, but Patrick Mahomes be like, "What are you crying about? I got the same thing over here, and it's working brilliantly."
Exactly.
So what's the deal? I understand. Does the receiver make the quarterback, or the quarterback make the receiver? You gotta get me understanding that. And then one guy's doing it the right way, and one guy is clearly doing it the wrong way. That's all I can say.
Terrible, man. Terrible, man. Aaron Rodgers at the end of this season right here, him and Russell Westbrook, they're gonna take them to the edge of the boat and push them off into the deep end.
Yep, and they'll be like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" And like just messing up the salary cap for the rest of the players, man.
Everybody else,
you've got all this money, you got to perform, and that's exactly what the defensive it's not his first time getting yelled at either.
No,
I mean, it's just like you got to perform. You signing big contracts. Guess what?
You got to perform.
Your back to win this game.
Right.
You got to perform. Period. That's what
you
a big
leader.
Is.
Take control.
Right. You bought the house. Play the game. You know what I mean? It goes hand in hand.
Take control, man.
Yeah, you're supposed to have the natural possession leader position, but we'll have to see. I mean, it's getting kind of hectic. It's getting a lot of pressure coming on, and a lot of guys are like, "Yo, clocking out," and maybe not. But you have to see what happens and stuff. We got a lot of people still in it. And it's going to be some elimination games coming up. It's playoff within the playoffs, basically.
Playoffs within the playoffs, right?
Yeah,
right.
It's going to be interesting next couple of weeks. Looking at that Giants-Commanders game, definitely looking at the Titans-Philly game. That's going to be something. Can they stop Derrick Henry for sure? If the Eagles' defense, they got kind of lax against the Packers. We'll have to see what they do against
and them young boys is going to jump all on him.
All that. Yeah, they're going to be 10 men and everything. Everybody's tackling him. Everybody's eyes are on Henry, so he's got to do a lot of faking, a lot of play action. We got to be a lot of play action, but we'll see about that one. I think that's going to be a good game. Then the Bengals also, they try to make some noise also. So
the Bengals trying to twist it up a little bit. They trying to get their life back. You know what I mean? They had a rough situation back because these next couple of games is going to tell the tale.
Yeah. We're into December, and that's the next thing. We're ending up the third quarter of the season, and we're starting the fourth quarter. So you should know who you are by now, or you have to identify yourself soon and quickly because this they coming fast. I can't believe it. We're in we're after Thanksgiving. Everybody's still in it mathematically, but but now the tail of the tape is going to show. It's going to start on Sunday. Start on Thursday because the Bills and the Patriots, they got to put that together.
These next couple of games right here, is going to tell the tale.
Next 3 weeks, we'll see who's who and who's what. And it's not just winning your division; you got to get the positions right. Of course, the first place got home field throughout the playoffs, but everybody else is being like, okay, how do I get back into the playoffs to make sure? Do I go on the road? Do I try to win the division? You know, everybody's still in that kind of scenario and situation. So this, especially now, the second games of these division rivalries should happen. So the Jets probably got another coming with the Dolphins, and I think they play the Bills. No, they think they're done with the Bills. But they have another second round of a lot of games, and we'll have to see how they do the second time around.
Right. So let's get ready. We'll get ready to get back in. Game just started back up again. We get back in, man. Hopefully
Steelers making a move. Steelers trying to make something happen.
The Steelers trying to put this one in the pocket.
Mike Tomlin's still trying to keep that over 500 record streak going, and so we'll have to see.
Right,
and I got a name to respect. Might not make the playoffs, but at least we're going to win out respectively, and we'll see what happens. So and then starting to gel. I told you that kid Pickett and Pickens. That's going to be a combination we're going to be talking about a lot of Sundays.
Good.
Yep, they a lot of Sundays. Yep, they a lot of Sundays.
P pushing P.
Yep, go. We'll see what happens. And I'm glad the Jeff Saturday experiment didn't work as that like everybody planned. But he had nothing to lose and a lot of money to gain. So here he is, making more money than he was at ESPN, that's for sure.
How about that? Back to live action.
Yep.
Back to live action, man. We're gonna see y'all. We hope this one turned out to be a bomb burner. We see y'all again this week, hopefully Thursday. But that's gonna be a good game Thursday. We're gonna talk about it. Listen, man. Make sure y'all check throughout the week the McKinsey report. They're gonna fill y'all up with the day-to-day trades and other situations that's gonna make you feel better about your fantasy picks. You already know what it is. My man Big J Mac already.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
The merciful. Thank you, sir.
Chop Cheese TV, the merciful. Y'all know how we do it. We out of here. Halftime is over. Get back to your popcorn and Franks. Crack a beer for your boy. We'll see y'all on Thursday night. All right.
All right.